Alum, welcoming you all to the launching ceremony of BRACU University English Campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely delighted to know that we have Professor Ainul Nishad, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of BRACU University, Mr. Kumar Murshid, Joint Register, and Lady Sarwat Abed, Director of BRAC Institute of Languages, present among us. English being the top-notch global medium for communication, the world requires us to master on the language. As an effort of equipping all students of BRAC University with powerful communication skills in English, it has started a noble venture which is titled to be English Campaign. You would be happy to know that an extension of the campaign has already been launched in BRAC University summer campus. Now, for a better understanding and clear insights of English Campaign, I would request our very own Habib Ghazi, a student of BBS Department and President of BRAC University Film Club, to come on to the stage and speak a few words. Please put your hands together for Habib Ghazi.
The Austrian British philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein said, "The limits of my language are the limits of my world." Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the launching ceremony of the English Campaign, BRAC University's English Campaign, organized by the English Committee. By now, English has become the mainstream language everywhere. So why the need for an English campaign? It is because of the gap between knowing the language and practicing it. All of us here know English, or we wouldn't be at BRAC University. The catch lies in our motivations to apply the language in every aspect of life. It takes determination and a lot of support from the people in our lives. And that is the purpose of this campaign, to make practice a priority. And what do they say about practice? Practice makes perfect. So I personally request all my fellow BRAC University students to become a part of this campaign and appreciate its importance. Make it a habit to become involved in everything that is English, from movies, to reading, to music, and even when cracking jokes. Most importantly, fall in love with the language that has evolved over a period of 1500 years, thanks to the Anglo-Saxons. For only by loving it can it become a permanent feature of ourselves, making us all global citizens. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Habib Ghazi, for an insightful speech. Now, I would like to request Mr. Kumar Murshid, Joint Register, to come over to the podium and share his thoughts with us. Sir, please.
Respected Vice Chancellor, Lady Abed, and fellow students and colleagues. Why have we got the English campaign going? You've heard already, and you can guess as to why it's important. The fact is that English is not just a global language, it's the language in which we have to compete globally. All of us have aspirations to be the best that we can be. And that means to compete globally at par with any other community or any other nation or any other state. We as Bengalis have a massive role to play in the world. And as we develop, and we are on a trajectory of development, we have to understand that. Our language skills, the language with which we will compete in the broader world, in all disciplines, pertinent to all subjects, how are we going to excel unless we really make every effort right now? You are in a university which is an English medium university. All your lessons are in English. But all your private conversations are not. Now, we can't really tell you that you should use English all the time, because that probably will not happen. But what we're trying to tell you is this, that while you're at BRACU University, you have to do your best to speak English all the time. And everyone should interact with you in English. You should try and interact with everyone in English. That is just common sense. If you do this every day, through a natural process, your language will have improved immensely within a short time. I kid you not, that will happen. If you just consciously speak as much English as you can, listen to the news, watch movies, do whatever, interact, use the language. It's extremely important. It is what will give you an edge when you're competing. It doesn't matter how good you are in your specific discipline, unless you're able to articulate what you know in a manner that others can understand well, you will not get very far. That's the reality of it. A lot of bright young people are stopped because they haven't paid enough attention to their English language competence. And therefore they haven't actually bothered to articulate properly what they know. It's extremely important that all of you remember this. Now, first of all, let me thank everybody in the English committee, because we've had a number of people who have, over the last weeks, worked very hard to get all of this together. You've heard about the launch in Savar. That's been a great success. This is the launch in the main campus. It's up to all of us, and today is just supposed to be the beginning. We are here to commit ourselves to the serious and continuous use of the English language within BRACU University. You must commit yourselves to do that, because this is for your own good. It really is. And this is a very painless way of doing it, because all of you are involved, and all of you have to just use the language all the time, as much as you can. Make a conscious effort to improve your language competence. It really is critically important, and you can all do it, and you can have fun doing it. There are a number of activities that are planned today, and a number that will carry on over the weeks and months. All of you need to engage. These have to do with speaking, presenting, debating, all of these things. Writing. It's really important that you take it seriously and engage with this. So I hope you will take this seriously. There's not much more that I can say. I just want you to understand that all of us who have tried to encourage this are doing it simply for you, so that you have an environment in which your language will automatically improve. And you will consciously make an effort to keep doing that. So I'll stop here, because there are other people who will want to say a few words and support us in this process. We're not going to be able to police anyone, really. We did talk about setting up a soft police, but what I would really like is each of you to self-police. Police yourselves, police your friends. Help each other. Collectively, let's improve our language competence. So we can do it. We'll benefit a lot by doing it. As a university as a whole, but each one of you individually will benefit immensely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your precious speech. Distinguished guests, I feel immensely honored and excited to invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ainun Nishat, sir, to the stage. May I please request everyone to put your hands together to welcome the Vice Chancellor.
Now, it's a great privilege for me to be invited to speak here. And this is a issue on which I will put my all weight that this is a successful campaign. Now first let me clarify that by pushing English in everyday activities, we are in no way negating that you should not or you should neglect Bangla or any other language for that matter. I have worked for an international organization for about 12 years, and I found all the people who were senior to me or above me in terms of position, salary and everything, I couldn't find a single one who was more qualified than me. But I found in one area I was very weaker, which is languages. My boss, who is now chief of UNEP, could speak 7 or 8 languages. He is fluent in Portuguese, fluent in Spanish, fluent in German, fluent in Nepali and Hindi, as well as English. He heads a global organization. All the top people I met in the UN system can speak English fluently, whether he is Chinese or Russian or German or any language, any country, Indian. A good competence over English is very necessary. I have seen in my professional life and career, there are brilliant students who have got a job, starting job, say in a bank. You can do the balance sheet and all, process the application of a client, but you cannot present it before the board, before the management, before your English is weak. You don't get promoted. You have to excel on the professional subject. At the same time, you must excel in your communication skill. Now, I am a Bangla medium student like many of you. How I learned English? By watching movies. I never hide this fact. At one time, I used to copy John Wayne because I was fond of the Western movies, the cowboys and the banditos and everything. And I kind of developed a Texan accent. But then by watching other movies, I don't know, I have developed my own style of pronunciation. At times I do make mistakes. At times I have difficulties in pronunciation correctly. But practice makes you, overcome many of these difficulties. If you meet a Pakistani or a Kashmiri, to be more precise, he doesn't go to a school, he goes to a school. He doesn't go to the railway station, he goes to a railway station. But they cannot correct it unless they practice it. Now in Bangladesh, you come from all corners of Bangladesh. There will be an influence of the local dialect on your pronunciation. So learning language, one of the important issues is that you have correct pronunciation. Now Kumar has a perfect London accent, or his Cambridge accent, I don't know. But he has spent most of his life in London and therefore he has a good English. But he was born here and he was educated in Bangla system. So how did he pick up his language? In London, he could not converse in Bangla with other people. So he was forced to learn and pick up the English accent. And you can do the same thing by practicing. The second thing that you need to do is pick up vocabulary. The other day, Lady Abedan, we were in an interview board, selection board, and he used to, that particular candidate was working for a school which is residential type of school. You remember Lady Abedan. And we asked him, why you want to leave that school? And he said, the students are notorious. And immediately we decided we are not going to take this person. Because his vocabulary is so, he should have used the word, the students are mischievous. They put frogs in his pockets. I'm joking, but if the teacher cannot distinguish